Hello and welcome back to another Alice in Wonderland reaction. Today we dive into the horror version of Alice in Wonderland. Now, I have no idea what I'm in store for. I don't know if this is going to be petrifying, or if it's going to be a little jumpy, or if it's going to be some kind of slasher, or if it's just going to be some thriller. I have no idea. I've not looked at any details since I first came across this, and as I said in my very first Alice in Wonderland reaction video, that it was this video paired up with the live action and the Disney classic that prompted me to do this Disney journey to watch Disney classics with live action remakes and horror movies. So this is the first official horror movie that's probably somewhat loosely based off a classic Disney story. Now, at some point later in the year, I hope to be able to do a horror version of Bambi, which to the best of my knowledge is getting released later this year, as will I do any other horror movies based off classic Disney tales as I come across them or find them. So, let's take a wonder and a stab at this horror reaction, shall we?
Yes, Miss Cremisi, this is Robert Shaw calling again from Social Services regarding your granddaughter.
That's a different surname.
If you could try that, I would really appreciate it.
I didn't recognise it, but nor can I remember what Alice's surname is from the past 3 films. But then again, this is like a horror take, and it's not even called Alice in Wonderland, so I doubt for copyright reasons there's probably a few things they're not allowed to do.
Children 3 that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, autumn frosts have slain July. Phantom-wise, Alice moving under skies. In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by. Ever
There's the
drifting
Wonderland
down the street,
reference. I'm getting the sense this is maybe like a cheap indie film.
My dearest Alice,
Gran?
we are family. Last two standing. Oh, I'm so
Oh,
sorry,
bless them.
dear.
What's your name? I'm Alice.
That's Mitzi, and this is Maisie. Drinks and tea. It will warm you up. This house does get very chilly, especially in the winter. I'm sorry I couldn't get to the funeral. I didn't know anything about it until the lawyers got in touch 6 weeks ago. And I made arrangements for you to come to me as quickly as possible.
I'm sorry if
There's no need to apologise.
I haven't really spoken to anyone.
Well, there hasn't really been anyone, has there? The only thing you can do, Alice, is to keep moving forward. You'll be fine. You'll be safe here.
We ever meet? Like when I was a baby?
No. Mitzi, Maisie and I will show you to your room. I'll leave you to unpack your bags and, I wouldn't go anywhere near the woods. Not at this time of year. We have 6 acres and there are poachers.
Hello?
It was my mother's recipe. Her ancestors lived here, my ancestors, and yours too, I suppose.
How did it get its name?
Wonderland? Aren't you familiar with the book? You were named after it. The Adventures of Alice in Wonderland.
I saw the movie, but I've never read the book.
Well, it was said that Lewis Carroll lived here. And
Do you have a copy
a copy?
of the book? Alice in Wonderland?
Well, of course. You didn't go anywhere near the woods, did you?
No, I just stayed by the stream.
I meant what I said about the woods, Alice.
You're very cryptic. Don't know why she not just tell her if there is a danger across the river into the woods, or a danger in the woods. I know she mentioned poachers, but is it really just poachers?
Do you play?
Play what?
Cards.
I played with my friend a lot.
Do you still miss her?
After it happened, I kind of shut down. I haven't really spoken to anyone in, feels like forever, between Mum and you.
Not very good at talking about it. Perhaps one day we'll learn to help each other heal.
I'm sorry if...
Right. Let the game begin. Hey, why did you stop?
Sorry, I didn't know if I was allowed.
Of course.
I think you'd know if
Wonderland
you weren't allowed to
is
touch
your
it.
home now. Fate has brought us together, you and I. Did she teach you how to play? And who do you think taught her?
Guessing you did.
Something about being here with you makes me feel closer to her.
Oh, right, budge up.
I'd love to know how to play an instrument. I don't have the time to learn, unfortunately. Probably just about manage a triangle.
My dear girl. Alice? Are you all right? Oh, I wonder whatever it was that came over you. Now you rest up, and I'll go and get a little something to settle your tummy.
So is she going to drug her, and that will send her to this version of Wonderland? Different take?
There we go. All my own recipe. And it's all from the garden. It'll do you the power of good. Just take little sips. Little and often, okay?
So is she going to down it in one? Well, the house needs a good clean. Keeps focusing on...
There you go.
Looks kind of like a door.
Slowly. You're okay.
Don't go.
I've just had an idea.
Is she doing this to her? She's going to read her Alice in Wonderland.
I am going to read you to sleep the story of Alice's adventures in Wonderland. Chapter 1. Down the Rabbit Hole. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. A white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her.
Beth?
Hello, Alice.
How do you know my name?
I'd love to stop and chat, but I'll be late. The party's starting soon. I can't be late. You like to come with me?
Come with you. Just dreaming. Come along with it.
So this is a dream done of whatever she's been spiking her with. I've just realised how brutal this could be. Because the Red Queen liked to off
What
people with
happened?
their heads.
I killed them. They were late. I thought you agreed. I always poison the cake.
You've killed them for being late.
Have you ever been late, Alice? When the house burned around your parents, the smoke slowly choking your mother. Too late to raise the alarm. Can make it all go away, Alice.
What?
Interesting, they've
Make the pain
left the wedding ring on
all
the actor's
go away.
hands. You'd have thought the actors would have removed that for the So I wonder what this is going to do.
Beth?
Oh, shit!
Alice, whatever is it? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I had
Just
a
you have
nightmare.
no eyes?
Just like the book. There was a road.
Goodness. Well, I don't know how much you were able to absorb. You fell asleep before I finished the first chapter. It was just a dream.
You must think me quite rude.
Not at all. I just wanted you to awake before I continued. But when you can sleep, you must. You need the rest, my dear. In the morning, you will be right as rain. Oh no, not again. Alice?
Maybe it's what you're giving her in that tea. What's behind it? It keeps focusing on that bit of the wall. Was it a door? Or what's this?
What are you doing here? Who are you?
I'm Tallulah. And I'm Tara. You're not awake. You're still dreaming.
I want to wake up now.
But we haven't told you our story yet.
I'm not sure I want to hear it right now.
Don't you want to know how it happened? How he did it?
Who did that to you?
It was the walrus. That's what they called him.
Why did they call him the Walrus?
That's what they called him at school. He'd drive around in his van. Around and around.
Where is he? The Walrus.
Shh. He'll hear you.
Where are we?
Shh. He's coming. This is how it happened. He's going to take her now.
Excuse me. I was wondering if you could help me up. Yeah. Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me?
So we've had the white rabbit. I'm guessing this is sort of like a play on the walrus, where he would lure the clams away to eat. Oh no!
The walrus and the carpenter and the oysters. Because they could. Because I
Is that supposed?
Where is she? Your sister.
Oh my god!
You mustn't interrupt him while you work. Be her.
That's sick and gross.
Because I could. Because I could.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee,
Oh my god, is she gonna have horrible, like,
The monsters
dreams?
grow
Like,
black as a
nightmare
tar
dreams
barrel,
of, like,
which
different
frightened
versions
both
of
our
what's going
heroes
on in
so
the
quite
story.
that-
God, what come next?
Oh, my dear.
So after Tweedledee and
Felt fine
Tweedledee
earlier.
talked about the walrus, Alice
so
snuck off and ended
unexpected.
up in the White Rabbit's
You must be
house
so
and
frightened.
ended up
You're
being
so
grown to a size and getting
I
stung.
have for you.
And that's when a lizard was going to
Hold on.
fall out of a
I'll be
chimney.
right.
So is that going to be like the next twist?
This was your mother's. You take good care of her.
I'm curious how they're going to interpret the caterpillar and the invisible cat. I don't even know how they could do the tea party as a horror take. I suppose that'd be a group of mad people.
Oh, I can't stop me dreaming.
Pull her through the chimney. Is she going to be trapped in a burning building? Jesus Christ, that's twice. Oh.
The caterpillar and Alice looked at each other for some time and addressed her in a languid, sleepy voice.
Who are you?
Said the caterpillar.
Alice. Alice in Wonderland.
I lost my parents.
We've all lost someone. You think she has your best interests at heart?
Who?
Her, the Red Queen.
Who
So
are
Granny
you?
going to be the Red Queen?
Just a concerned friend. Beware the Red Queen. Perhaps the question is not who are you, but who is she?
It's all right, it's all right. You've had a dream. It was a nightmare, Alice. You're okay.
I don't feel good. I think I need to see a doctor. I've never felt anything like this in my stomach.
Darling, well, I don't know what it could be. Alice? Alice? Alice?
So what you're putting in her tea? Is that the bathroom?
All up?
I don't think there could be anything left. That smells good.
A slightly different blend. I'm here to look after you. Now let's get you tucked back into bed, huh?
We just had the caterpillar, so I'm
did
guessing
call the
it's the
good
tea
doctor.
party next, because I don't
But
see how
there's
they
no
could skip the
answer.
Mad Hatter bit.
You're in great hands.
Is she?
But we all fall in life, Alice. But I will always be there to pick you up again. I lost my mother at about your age. Loving somebody deeply gives you courage. But being loved by somebody deeply gives you strength. Would you like me to read to you again, just until you fall asleep?
Would you mind?
Of course not. The large cat which was sitting on the hearth and grinning from ear to ear.
The smiley cat. Yes, because of course the cat helped her find her way to the Mad Hatter.
She was not quite sure whether it was good manners for her to speak first.
Do you ever look at it from a different perspective?
It's just a dream. Your scars. How did you get them?
But then you're not my usual doctor, are you? What a funny way of putting it. Roundabout way to ask me how I got them. How I got my scars. Scars of a Cheshire cat.
Who are they unkind to?
To the walrus, of course.
Scarring the faces of famine, women and children. You call that art?
Every cat burglar needs a calling card.
Who did that to you?
You don't know what this is. You don't know what she did. You don't know it's her. Oh, I dare not say her name.
But her granny.
In case she can hear.
Is her granny the Red Queen?
She's everywhere. You want me to show you how she did it.
Oh, fucking hell.
At last, we meet. Life is all about meetings. That is the way of it, Alice. Would you like to play a game? They teach you all manner of lessons. You like to deal? Are you wondering why I did it?
Did what?
Cheshire Ripper. Why I gave her her scars. Have you
I think
met
someone's
her?
a bit obsessed with Alice in Wonderland.
I think she's totally insane. Talks nothing but nonsense.
You may call it nonsense, but I've heard nonsense, and compared with which it would be as sensible as a dictionary.
The dream you won't wake up from. What have you done? No! Nobody beats the Red Queen! Nobody beats the Red Queen! Ah!
What a weird one this one is.
Your hair wants cutting.
I quite like it, Lol.
Well, you know best, my dear. Sit.
before your tea gets cold.
Who are you? I'm Alice.
Well, of course you are. And I'm the Mad Hatter.
Why do they call you that?
I'm actually quite mad!
You really don't need to be quite so angry. Look at what a wonderful spread you've prepared. I don't think I've ever seen such a beautiful tea party.
Yes, you're so right. Sometimes I get these dark thoughts.
I think we all do.
Grief is what brought us all here to Wonderland. Grief. She feeds on it.
What is it? You can tell me.
What she's been putting in your tea.
Also,
Wake up. Wake up! Alice!
just noticed the bed sheets with the red roses. Actually, she's really done a number on you. You're terrible.
You know.
I know.
How did you figure it out?
When I used to read fairy tales, I fancied that kind of thing never happened.
I hope you understand why I had to do it. The Red Queen.
Without a family, a house is just a cold, empty shell.
Oh, you are wrong.
No, I'm not, Gran.
Can't you hear the walls? They're talking to me, singing to me. It's stories. I had to save her.
Do you really believe that?
Sometimes I believe more than 6 impossible things before breakfast. That's why I had to poison you.
Why?
For the money. It was always supposed to be mine, not yours. You were supposed to die in that fire too.
You killed our parents.
You weren't hard to find at all. Why? You were hiding. It was you who started the fire. For my inheritance.
Like I said, I refuse to lose this house.
You killed my parents and you tried to kill me. For money.
Not for the money, you. For Wonderland. The final game. But this time you get to choose the game, Alice.
Rummy.
What?
Rummy. What are we playing for?
The final fatal dose. I'm sorry it had to come to this, Alice. After all, you are my flesh and blood. But every game has to come to an end. Ta-da! No, not now.
What happens now?
We drink a toast to the winner.
We swap the glasses round.
Come on, drink up, Alice. Don't be a sore loser.
You made me do it.
It's all about sleight of hand.
No! Get down!
You got the kittens.
The long grass rustled at her feet as the white rabbit hurried by, and the shrill voice of the queen ordering off her unfortunate guests to execution, remembering her own child life and the happy summer days.
Do I hallucinate?
Child of the pure unclouded brow, though time be fleet and I and thou, the love gift of a fairy tale, whose echoes live in memory yet, through envious years would say forget. It shall not touch with breadth of veil the pleasance of our fairy tale.
So I just finished watching Alice in Terrorland. I don't know if this could be called a horror take on Alice in Wonderland. There was quite a lot of overlaying references to Alice in Wonderland. However, Alice in Wonderland was more of just a book being read within this film with like some weird twisted hallucinations of particular moments from that story. Although for myself I don't really consider this a horror take on that classic tale. for the purpose of this journey that I've been going on, I am going to temporarily count it as a horror take of this story until such a day comes when an actual horror take of this gets released. Talking about the horror movie itself, it had a couple jump scenes, a couple gross scenes, and it was just her hallucinations very loosely followed the book's storytelling. Of course, I've not read the book, so of course I don't know if Disney told the story in a different order to what happened in the book, but there are certain scenes like, for example, the Red Queen and the Mad Hatter. Those hallucinations happened in the incorrect order. So I don't know if that happened differently in the book, if she met the Red Queen first and met the Mad Hatter, then the Red Queen again. But in terms of the first Disney cartoon, the Red Queen was the last person she met before she started running away from her Wonderland that she was trapped in. And aside from that, I only had a couple jump scares worth mentioning. All in all, I feel like this is probably the least scariest horror movie I've watched since starting this channel. So, for any of you guys that did watch this reaction, which is probably going to be a very small number, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed the jump scare side of things of this reaction, please feel free to check out some of my other horror movie reactions, as they're definitely a far more entertaining watch than this one. Anyway, until next time, see ya.